What's good, y'all? It's Solution back at it with another mental gym video in which I give you guys mental exercises you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals that you are after. So let's go right into it. So today I want to talk about relaxation and why I believe if you lower the amount of relaxation that you need per day, for example, you can focus more on doing activities that lead to you achieving your goals, which will increase the likelihood that you achieve your goals. So the definition I came up with for relaxation in terms of achieving your goals is doing activities that do not help you achieve your goals. Doing activities that do not help you achieve your goals. So when you are doing things per day, like you're just on your phone, playing video games, chilling with friends, whatever, all these activities that you do that are not like obviously sleeping, eating, or showering, or taking care of your hygiene because you need to do those things for your health, all the other things that you do per day, because eating, sleeping, and taking up care of your hygiene are like important things that you just need to do. Like you have to do those things to take care of yourself. Everything else is pretty much optional. So everything else that you are doing that is obviously not the actions that lead to your goals, that is relaxation. At least in these terms, when it comes to achieving your goals, that is relaxation. So if you want to increase the likelihood that you achieve your goals, you actually want to lower the amount of time you need to do that resting or relaxing. Not because relaxing is bad. And what I'll say real quick too is like in any kind of success community, people give relaxation a bad rap when relaxing is not a bad thing. It's just that most people will take it too far in the other direction. They'll relax too much and not work very hard. Or people will take it very far in the other direction, where they will not relax at all, try to work 24 hours per day, and then immediately burn out because they cannot sustain that amount of work. Obviously, your body itself cannot sustain that amount of work. So you need to actually find a ratio that works, not a balance. Because another thing is, people will then get stuck in the middle and think, oh, I need to be balanced. I need to be relaxing for the same amount of time that I'm working, which is not true, because if you do that, you will get average outcomes. And I want you guys to become extremely successful. That's why I always say extreme. I want you guys to be pushing your limits so you can get as much success as you want and you can achieve as many goals as you want. I don't want you guys to be balanced. I don't want you guys to be balanced. I want you guys to be extreme so you can get extreme outcomes. The people who preach the idea of balance, like you need to be working and you need to be resting for the same amount of time, are going to get average outcomes. Why? Because this is just math. If their inputs are at a certain level, right, they're going to get a certain level of output, right? Whereas if you make your inputs very huge and the amount of time where you're not doing inputs very small, you will get big outcomes. So I don't want you guys to be balanced. I don't want you guys to be so far in resting or relaxing to the point that you're not even pushing your goals forward. And I also don't want you guys to not be relaxing at all to the point that you can't even sustain the amount of work that you are doing. I want you guys to find a ratio that you can train, right? So essentially, this will take me into the mental exercise for today. So the first part of this is decrease, right? So this should basically be your main focus when it comes to relaxing. Not because relaxing is bad, but I know you guys want to work very hard. Because I would assume if you're watching my channel, you would assume that working very hard is going to be very important to being able to achieve your goals. And by working hard, I mean by doing more, putting in more inputs. So you want to be decreasing the amount of time you relax. Not because relaxing is bad, but because you want to make sure you can do more so you can get extreme outcomes. So you need to think for yourself, like just think per day so it's simple for you to think about. Like how much time are you spending relaxing? Like how much time are you spending not doing things that are helping you achieve your goals? How much time are you spending? Right? And you want to look at that amount of time and decrease it. You want to look at that amount of time and decrease it. And meaning you fill that time back up with work that you need to do or work that is going to help you achieve your goals. And I will also link my focus video down below because this will be very important in connection to lowering the amount of time you are relaxing. Because when it comes to relaxing or when it comes to work, I'm talking about focused work. I'm not talking about you working on your paper or essay or whatever path of goal achievement you're on, and you're on your phone a little bit, somebody's talking to you. No, I mean focused work. Just you and work, and how long you are doing that. Because a good way to be able to decrease the amount of time you need to relax is by increasing the amount of time you are able to focus. And you will do this through interval training, which I talk about in my focus video, where basically over time you increase the amount of time you're able to focus per day. So let's say you're only able to focus deeply by yourself one-on-one with the work for an hour per day. So you basically go from an hour to the next day you try to go an hour and 10 minutes, then an hour and 20 minutes, then an hour and 30 minutes. And you do this per day till you increase the amount of time you're able to focus to an extreme level. So you're able to go a good 4, 5, 6 hours of focused work without getting distracted, right? And by doing so, you can decrease the amount of time you need to relax. And then you can take this to a more extreme level when it comes to like your weekends. So instead of thinking on Saturday and Sunday you need to rest, which you don't. Saturday and Sunday or the weekend is a made up thing, like honestly, but you can remove your need to rest during these days. Or you don't even need to rest on these days. You can still work 4 hours on Saturday, work 4 hours on Sunday, and then still have the other amount of time to be able to do what? Relax. So the main focus I want you guys to have is to decrease the amount of time you need to work, right? And since you guys all have your unique paths to achieving your goals and becoming successful, you're going to need to seek knowledge on how much you can work on something. Because let's say for my athletes out there, because when I was an athlete previously, you could pretty much work or train about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours per day as an athlete max, till the point you get to a point where you get to where you would basically be endangering yourself of injury if you kept on training, because you're not giving your body enough time to recover. So okay, this is my max. So you need to know for whatever goal achievement or whatever path of goal achievement you're on, what is the maximum level you can work on that activity per day? Because it will be different. I'm not saying that relaxation will all be 1 hour per day for everyone, because it depends on what your goals are. You just want to decrease to the level that you can. You want to go to the minimum, all the way down. So when it comes to decrease, I mean minimum. You want to go to the minimum amount of time. Minimum amount of time possible. So for whatever path of goal achievement that you guys are on, you want to make your relaxation go to the minimum amount, and you want to make your ability to put in effort and inputs and work on your activities that lead to your goals to the maximum level per day, to the max. So like I just said, for example, if you're an athlete, around 6 to 7 hours is the amount you can do activities that are going to boost you or make you a better athlete. That's the amount. So you want to be able to hit that number every day. You want to be hitting around that number every day. Obviously, you'll have your days where you recover and stuff like that, but you want to be hitting your max level, because that's where you're going to get the most possible returns. And if you're able to sustain that, which you should be, because you're going to train up to this amount, like I said, going into and watching my focus video will show you the interval training that I'm talking about. But yeah, so you want to increase it to the maximum level. And if you're able to sustain that over a long period of time, what is that going to lead to? Extreme outcomes, which is what I want for you guys. So you want to go to the minimum amount possible of relaxation for that you need to do per day, in comparison to the amount of work you can possibly do on whatever activities that you need to do on the path to achieving whatever your goals are. I really hope this makes sense. You want to make the amount of time you need to relax all the way down to the minimum. And by minimum, I mean you cannot work on the activities that lead to your goals anymore. Like, you have maxed out how much work you can do per day on the thing. Like, you're doing the max. Like, you cannot do more. You want to increase the amount you can work so you can decrease the amount of time you need to relax. And you will be able to train this through interval training that I talk about in my focus video, because I want to focus on relaxation. And why I believe this is so important that you decrease it as much as possible. You want to Bring it all the way down to, I know it feels like I'm repeating myself, but it's so it drills into your head. It's so you really understand it and internalize it. You want to decrease the amount of time you're relaxing per day. And the way you're going to do that is by increasing the amount you can work per day on the activities that lead to your goals. You want to push it all the way to its limit. Because right now you might think, oh, I'm at my limit, but you're probably not. You could probably work harder and you know it too. And I want you guys to push this limit because I know you guys want to become extremely successful. And this is the way to do it. Because when you can get to that maximum amount and then do it for a long period of time, you will win. You will have extreme outputs. And to be honest with you guys, this is not like my opinion. This is math. If you do more, you will get more. If you put in more hours, you will get more out. Period. Fight me on that. That is just the truth. So I want to make sure you guys are doing things that are going to lead to you doing more, getting more. And you can get more by doing more, by decreasing the amount of time you need to relax, by increasing the amount of time you work to a max level per day. And then you only need to relax this amount because you do not need to relax a lot. You do not need to relax a lot. I don't care who told you that, you do not need to. You need to increase the amount you can work per day to its maximum level. And then all you need to do is decrease how much you are relaxing, right? And this is where I'll get into the next part of this mental exercise, and that is activity. So this is more of an awareness thing. Like, just know what activities you do when you're relaxing. So what do you do? So I could say, how do you relax? So you just want to have an idea of what you do when you relax, right? It's just important for an awareness perspective. Like, I don't want you to think, oh, I'm hanging out with my friends and this, because what I said earlier was like, the only things you need to do per day, right? The only things you need to do per day that like you have to do is hygiene, eat, sleep. Only things you have to do. Everything else we are choosing to do or is optional, right? So then when you add the work that you need to do to achieve your goals, everything else is relaxation. So just know what you're doing during these periods of time. Like, are you playing video games? Are you watching Netflix? Are you surfing YouTube? Are you surfing other social media? Are you writing? Whatever. Just know what activities you are doing. Just know what these things are so you're not like guessing, and you can make sure you're properly decreasing the amount of time that you are resting. So you can spend more time doing what? Working, because that will lead to you achieving your goals. And when it comes to activities, this is my just recommendation. Don't have too many activities you can do when you relax. Like, just don't have too many so you don't have to think about it, right? Because the thing is, you want to have your relaxation structured to make sure you give yourself that amount of time and you use that time to actually relax. Because let's say you have 8 billion things you could do when you're relaxing, right? It's going to be hard for you to decide what you want to do, and that's going to do what? Waste time. And I don't want you guys to waste your time. I want you guys to relax when it's time to relax. Once you have maxed out the amount of time you could work per day, once you have maxed that out, you've done the max amount of work. And now all the time you have left is to relax. I want you guys to relax. I want you guys to do whatever the activity is. So this is why I recommend only have 1 or 2 activities that you're doing for a period of time in your life when it comes to achieving a certain goal. Like, if that is going out and chilling with your friends, then go out and chill with your friends. Like, go and do that consistently. Like, go out and chill with your friends once you have maxed out the amount of time you can work per day. Like, go and chill with them. Or you could you watch Netflix, right? So if you're not going out and chilling with your friends, the other immediate thing you do is Netflix. You go and watch Netflix. That is what you do. So it's either Netflix or you hang out with your friends. I really believe this is helpful because it does not make you very undecided or anxious when it comes to relaxing. You just know what you're going to do. It's either I'm watching Netflix or I'm hanging out with the boys. Watching Netflix or hanging out with the boys. Or I'm watching YouTube or hanging out with the boys. Or I'm watching YouTube or watching Netflix. Like, you want to make the options very clear and obvious. Do not give yourself too many options for relaxation. I'm not saying you can't do the one-off random thing, but keep it very consistent. I just feel like this is helpful for your brain. So you don't get confused and you don't know how to relax, or you don't know, and you just end up wasting time because you need to get back to work soon, because this amount of time you're going to be relaxing will still probably be small relative to the amount of work you're going to be doing based on whatever you need to do to achieve whatever goals you are after, right? This time is going to be small, so I want you guys to perfectly use it and use it quickly and use it well, so you don't feel like you're wasting time. I don't want you guys to waste time, because time is very, very crucial to being able to achieve your goals, of course, right? So boom. So one more time, just going through it. Relaxation is basically doing activities that do not help you achieve your goals. So everything that is not doing the activities that help you achieve your goals: eating, sleeping, or hygiene, right? Everything else, those are relaxation activities, whatever you're doing during that block of time in your day. So what you guys want to do is you want to decrease the amount of time you're relaxing to the minimum amount of time possible, so you can basically max out the amount of time you spend working to do what? To get extreme outcomes. We don't want balance. You don't want to never relax, and you also don't want to be relaxing an extreme amount to the point that you don't do any work. You just want to lower it to the minimum amount relative to the amount of work you can possibly do per day on the activities that lead to your goals. You just want to go all the way to the maximum for the amount of work and all the way to the minimum for the amount of time you need to relax. And then when you relax, be aware and know what activities you're doing when you relax. What I personally recommend is you just have one or two activities at any particular period of time on the path to achieving your goals, so you don't become indecisive, you don't get confused, you don't get overwhelmed by the amount of ways you can relax. You just have two main things. It's either you're going to go hang out with the boys, or you're going to watch Netflix, or you're going to watch YouTube, or watch Netflix as well. Whichever one, just have like two activities, whatever works best for you, and that should keep you on track and should push you to be able to achieve your goals and put in extreme inputs to get extreme outputs. So yeah, so that is pretty much my relaxation mental exercise. I just feel like this was really important because relaxation and rest is kind of like a confusing thing when it comes to success. And what I've seen in most success communities, people just don't really know how they feel about it. When, to me at least, if you want to get extreme outcomes and if you want to achieve your goals to an extreme measure, you need to be doing extreme work. And that means maxing the amount of time you can work per day. As I said, I've linked my focus video in the description, so you can go check that out, so you can basically increase the amount of time that you work per day. But basically the frame you want to think about relaxation is how can I lower the amount of time I need to relax as much as possible? So you can spend as much time as possible working on your goals, because that's how you're going to get to extreme success. You do not need to be balanced. The balance shit is cap. The balance thing is what average people will say because they think this is what makes sense. But extreme success is not supposed to make sense. You're supposed to do extreme shit to get extreme shit. So you don't want to be resting for the same amount of time you are working. You always want to be doing more work so you can get more later, of course. And you also don't want to never be resting, because you need to rest. Your brain is not something that can just be going 1,000,000 miles per hour, 24 hours a day. You need to give your brain time to rest. And that's where relaxation comes in. But the relaxation doesn't need to be extremely long. You just need to give your brain that release, right? But you also don't want to be relaxing too much. Like, you should not be working on your goals for like an hour or two a day, and then you're spending the rest of your whole entire day just chilling, vibing, having fun, not doing activities that are leading to your goals. You don't want to do that, because obviously the likelihood you become successful in a timely manner is low. Because I know you guys want to achieve your goals fast, so you need to be doing extreme work consistently, sustainably, right? Cool. So please give me feedback on this. Did this make sense? Are you now like, wow, that's true, I should be decreasing the amount of time I'm resting and increasing the amount of time I can work so I can get extreme outcomes? Or you're like, solution, this was stupid, I'm going to relax, or I'm going to work 24 hours a day, or I'm just going to rest my entire day and only work for an hour. That should be good enough for me. Whatever you believe, put it down in the comments. It all helps me become a better YouTuber, so I can give you guys better mental exercises that help you accomplish your goals. And please, please, please like the video, boost us in the algorithm so more guys can see this, and make sure they're lowering the amount of time they relax, increasing the amount of time that they work, and making sure they have a strong idea of what activities. What I recommend is 1 or 2 activities that they do when they do relax, so they don't get indecisive, so they don't get confused, and they're using all of their time wisely. So yeah, so with that being said, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next mental gym video. Peace.